Check it out, guys. Yeah. I hope you saw that truck. Okay. Truck right here, working on a telephone pole. I'm gonna get a video of his logo, Ridge Communications. There he is. I'm gonna slow down so you can see his logo. So here we have a truck from Ridge Communications in San Ramon, California.
And here I found a logo of Ridge Communications Incorporated. The word ridge comes from ridge line. And you might first look at this logo and think that you're looking at two hills with the sun setting over it or behind it.
But the word ridge has many definitions, like altitude, prominence, peak, elevation, and height.
You might first think of a ridge line or the top of a mountain or hill with the sun setting behind it, but what I'm seeing here is two rockets. Two rockets that supposedly fly up to the sky or out to space, supposedly. But really they're flying out to the right because they can't go nowhere because there's a firmament. And lately we've been seeing activity, and I've been posting videos of the residue in the sky of these rockets hitting against the firmament. And that's what you're seeing here. You see one rocket just flying off to the right because it's got nowhere else to go, where it falls back into the ocean. And you see one straight up hitting the dome. During this recent stay-home situation that we've had nationwide, I've noticed a lot of activity out in the streets, especially from communications companies. I mean, these guys were hauled in, filling up hotels while we were fighting trouble booking hotels because of the regulations that were set in place. However, hotels were doing just fine, being filled up with these kind of workers who are working in quote unquote communications, right? So they're handling communications, and these guys were working around the clock while everybody was told to stay home. These guys were out in the streets getting to work as if they knew that they would have the coverage of missing eyes because they're all told to stay home. They were over there, out there on the streets, working while the streets were empty. They had all the space that they needed and nobody to interfere, nobody to see what they're doing. I mean, if I wanted to do something shady, I'd make everybody stay home so they couldn't see what we were doing. But these people right here were working on these same telephone poles, and they touched every single one in our city. And I'm talking about 3 o'clock in the morning. They're still out there working on these poles as if they knew that they were in a limited timeline, a limited space to get whatever they needed to get done without the prying eyes. So maybe it's just me being a skeptic, maybe it's just me being a pessimist, or me being nosy and watching these people go to work. But why do they have this logo, and why were they so adamant to get this work done while we were all told to stay in our homes, to school our children at home, and to stay away from contacting people? Why is it that the timing was just so perfect for them to get to work? If you follow my channel, you know me. I question everything, and I encourage others to do the same.
Don't take things for face value or for what they might seem. One thing that I can tell you is that every logo was made on purpose, with a purpose, to represent maybe not just one, but two things or more. One being a front and one being the truth. But in this time, keep pushing each other up, keep encouraging one another, and know that we are on the winning side. Keep sharing information and the number one truth of all, that Jesus is King and that we win. Peace and blessings to you all from the Psalm 1 Watchman. Blessings to you and your family.